Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome once again in the second video, which is a bonus video on the previous video. The link is in the description below. Most likely you're jumping from the first video to this extra bonus video in which I am answering to you the questions that you have popped up to me on my Instagram account, excrewnextcrew, which is right here. Now I have noted down all the questions, I have saved them, and we have exactly 33 questions that we're going to be answering over here. And to be very honest, they're all the same. I have asked you to share with you questions with me if you have been stuck at any point of time in the recruitment process, and that is the reason why I have created the first video, the previous video, which I have announced at the beginning. This is the bonus, the second video. Let's start at the beginning and answer. The first question says, thank you for all your help. Actually, I am stuck in the medical process after uploading the pictures, and you most probably want to know what is going to be happening next, or the second phase. As I have explained in my first video, you would have to reapply again, the normal process of reapplication to become a cabin crew once the airlines would want to have new joiners. And I have in my first video explained why, and the link of that video is in the description below this video, why you would have to reapply again. Second question is saying, we will be going through the whole process all over again. The answer is yes, you will. Why? Again, is in this video below. Now it says, I passed final interview with Qatar Airways and sent photos. Do you know if I'd have to go to an open day again? Yes, you would have to go to an open day again. And again, the description below this video, right? And I'm gonna be keep on saying this 33 times because there are 33 exactly same questions. Now it says, who do you think will be contacted first with Emirates, for example? I also popped up this question in the previous videos. Who's going to be contacted first? The laid-off crew will be contacted first, or will be the new joiners? And I think the logic, as the CEO of Qatar Airways, His Excellency Akbar Al Bakr, has said, the redundant crew will be called first, which makes sense. And I have already explained to you why the redundant crew will be called before the new joiners. They have, as I have mentioned, something called a relationship. I have given a clear picture in order for you guys to understand what does it mean when somebody has been an employee and what does it mean when somebody has been a candidate. Hello Julia, I gave my online first round in this lockdown for cabin crew. Is there any hope for that? The hope for that will be that you would have to go and do an interview or an online interview or reapply to become a cabin crew one more time. Why? The explanation is in a link below this video in the description. Could you please tell me when will the next recruitment for cabin crew be happening? Now in North Macedonia, where I'm born, we're drinking Turkish coffee as a tradition. Once we're done with the Turkish coffee, we turn the mug upside down and we are seeing the future. I wish I would be able to drink coffee with you, turn the finjal upside down and see the future and tell you. But I have something called video in which I spoke about COVID-19, aviation in times of turbulence, COVID-19 and its political and economical implications. And they're giving you an idea of where aviation stands at the moment. When you're asking a question like this, it requires a lot of talking, a lot of thinking, and a lot of research. The answer for this question, not even a CEO of the airline can answer it to you to tell you it's going to happen next year, end of 2021. It's because the circumstances are irregular. And let's understand what irregular means. They're not normal. We're not ready for it. We're suffering. Losses are massive, not only in terms of jobs, material losses, billions. Aviation has lost billions, and not only aviation, the entire global industry is in a massive loss out there. And it's a chain of event, and that chain of event, it's not one thing, but it's many. And unfortunately, I can't answer to you this question, but I can certainly share with you what I have learned in the conference on the 19th of November in a video called Aviation in Times of Turbulence, COVID-19 and its political and economical implications. If you would like to know more about that conference I have attended, where 5 experts from Germany were talking about it. You've got the link on that video in the description below this video. Hello, please tell us when the airlines will start recruit cabin crew. I think that this is the same as the previous one, so I'm not going to repeat myself. You already know the answer. Will we have to reapply once the recruitment resume, or will it resume for the same stage? You will have to reapply. Again, previous video gives an answer to this. I had my date of joining ready when everything will be resumed. Will I have to go through an open day? Earlier, I thought that if you have the date of joining, you don't have to go for an open day. But today, from this perspective, months into the pandemic, you will have to go to another date of joining and another open day. And the reason is in the previous video, where the description of that video is in a link below this video. Stuck at last step, had my date of joining visa. My question is, do you think we'll have to attend a new open day? The same answer as the previous. I was asked to upload photographs and then this pandemic happened. I totally understand. And if this is a question because it has 2 dots, you've got the answer just right before this question. Greetings from India, Julia. I had that question. I applied for cabin crew in Qatar Airways in 2019 mid, but I haven't get any email. So since you're at the beginning of the application process, this means that your application has not been taken further. You are definitely in the database, but you will certainly have to reapply again. My status shows offer to be made, ma'am. What is this case? You will have to attend another open day. What kind of assessment goes after online video interview? Open day or assessment day? Reapplication. In this case, you will most probably have to reapply again. Heard at YouTube that Jet Airways is coming back. I will have recruitment in 2021. Is that true? Regarding Jet Airways, the only person I trust to talk about this is Nidhi Belani. Instagram account of Nidhi is right here, and you can find out there. Also, she has spoken about it in her videos. Does that mean that we have to go through the interview process all over again? Yes, and I have explained in the previous video over here in my YouTube channel that there is nothing to be afraid of. Please have a look on the first video. What is the difference between aircraft and Airbus? Aircraft is a term for an aircraft. Airbus is the company that makes this aircraft, just like Boeing. Aircraft is a company that gets parts from this aircraft. When I'm saying parts, Airbus is the company that gets the wings, gets the tail, gets the engines, most probably Rolls-Royce, I don't know from where else, wheels, windows and everything, gets all the parts and fixes an aircraft. Now what's funny about Airbus is that Airbus doesn't produce any part of the aircraft. Airbus is just getting the parts and Airbus is fixing the aircraft. So that's the difference. This is an Airbus product and it's called an aircraft. In my submission, it's on hold. Do I have to reapply again? Most probably yes. I have explained in the previous video. Why do we have to redo all the things I have been through so far? I mean, it's a pressure for us, and this is exactly what I have spoken about in the previous video. Please have a look. You will find the answer there. And if it doesn't make sense to you, share your comments below, please. I was waiting for my medical's email. Will we be given any chance to prioritize once it all resumes? Now, this is a very good question. When it comes to giving priority, will you be having a priority? Not. And I told you an aspect in which you would have to work on your next application when the airlines will announce that they need cabin crew, because it's not going to be the same application process as earlier. You will have to gain and have more knowledge about the aviation industry, and in particularly, you will have to know about what has been happening about the airline you want to work for during the pandemic time. And the previous video gives a lot of answers. Please have a look. Stuck at the date of joining process, will I have to go through a new open day? Most probably yes. Plus, a recruitment event costs a lot, costs for all. Why do they prefer it when they have selected candidates? I have given a whole explanation why. I know that it costs a lot, but it's our personal choice to choose whether we want to go through it. Nobody is dragging us in force. Nobody is asking you, hey, you need to spend your last money. It's a matter of choice. And also, let me share with you, my studies costly rough around 16,000 euros. And with my colleagues, with my friends, I don't complain about it because it's my choice to enroll myself in master studies that costs close to 20,000 euros, and I'm paying for that and I'm studying because I chose that. I can't be going around and saying, oh yeah, the studies are so expensive, like why do they do that? It's their price and I have agreed to that. And if you want to become a cabin crew, there is a price. They don't ask you for that price, but those costs are your personal costs. And it's up to us whether we want to go through it or we don't. Why we have to reapply once again, the previous video gives the answer to this question. Whenever there is a re-recruitment process, please let us know and give a video interview. Whenever there will be a re-recruitment, of course we're going to be hanging out and we're not even stopping. When there will be a re-recruitment happening in a video interview or whatsoever, I'm going to be here with you. I had even gotten my date of joining back in March. Will I be asked to reapply? Thanks in advance. Unfortunately, I think you will be asked to reapply, and pleasure. I've passed the live interview on the 25th of January, and for the 1st of March, my application awaiting date of joining. Next, reapplication and explanation in the previous video, my previous video on my YouTube channel. Hey Julia, thanks for all the help. I'm currently waiting for the medical since February. Should I reapply? You can't, guys, reapply unless the airline asks you to reapply. When Emirates Airlines will announce vacancy on their website, that's the time you're going to reapply. When Etihad Airways will re-announce vacancies for cabin crew role, I'm talking about the cabin crew role, then you're going to be reapplying. You will all, guys, especially the ones who are present in the database of the airlines. When I'm saying when you're present in the database of the airlines, it means you have a profile, you have been stuck to a certain point of the recruitment process. I'm very sure you will receive an email and they will tell you, thank you so much. This is how things are standing at the moment. Kindly reapply again. You're not going to be uninformed and just left like that. I don't believe in that. I believe that they will inform you accordingly when needed. But just yourself, as a self-initiative, being an initiative person, it's nice, but you cannot reapply about something if you are not needed. Have my date of joining. Is it possible to pass an online interview and join the company? When it comes to Middle Eastern Airlines, at the moment, and I believe this is also applicable to Lufthansa Airlines, also to Air France, and I'm talking here to the commercial airlines. Very soon I will publish a video with a corporate flying, with a private jet. We have a whole different story out there that is happening at the moment. We see a lot of vacancies happening for VIP flight attendants. You must understand when I talk and when I say, guys, have a global understanding about the aviation industry. This is what I refer and mean to. It's not the same, a job vacancy for a VIP flight attendant and for a commercial flight attendant. So at the moment, no, it's not possible. When will they call us again approximately? Oof, what a question. I cannot share with you. At the beginning of this video, this question was asked a lot. So, and I have already, I think, spoken in 2-3 questions, giving you an idea how to understand this. A training of caregiver in the meantime, will that be a bonus, or they will think I changed the field? Definitely will be a bonus. Caregiver, that means you've practiced your communication skills. That means you practiced your soft skills. Now, I don't know what kind of caregiver is over here, but any job that is related to interaction with people at any sort, any type, is always something that will save you from having a gap in your CV and will be appreciated. Corona pandemic, aviation industry in turbulence, its political and economical implications. And examples like this will be a statement confirmation that this person have not been sitting with their hands like this, waiting for me to call them, hey, come and work. But they were in the meantime working on themselves. And they will definitely appreciate that. Keep up the good work. How the new process can be like and when approximately? Thanks, Julia. I've already given an idea in my previous video. Please have a look to see how the new process might look like, what are the new things that will be implemented, but I'm very sure that's not going to be only that. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm studying Master Studies in Aviation Management, we've got a subject over there which is called job application. And in job application, we've got a professor who has a PhD in human resources and who has been talking to us about this. And he himself has spoken that COVID-19 has set up new standards in the recruitment, and those standards will be enhanced, modified, and remodified in the future recruitment processes. We are looking forward to that, to see what's going to be happening. And also don't forget that on my Instagram account, excrewnextcrew, which is right over here, if you go to my IGTV section, you will also see one of the classes that we had with the professor who was teaching us job application subject, and he shared a lot of knowledge over there. You might want to look and anticipate and watch that video and see what did we talked about, gain some knowledge about it. And yeah, also my previous video gives an information and gives you an idea about how might the next new recruitment process look like. If the selected ones have to give an interview again, it would cost the company money and time. Yes, it will cost the company money and time, you are definitely right. But at the same time, if they recruit people who have not been working on their skills and are not up to date with what their skills 7, 8, 10 months ago, they will lose even more money, because they will be facing with amount of people that they have invested. They bring, now they don't do the job because they're leaving behind, you know, they have been left behind a little bit with the personal development, with the development of skills and stuff like that. And I'm very, very sure, since you've asked this question, a lot of online interaction for the further recruitment process will be there, and there will be a cost saving. We are witnessing that a lot of fields right now are successfully functioning based on these online meetings that we're doing. And the whole universities are actually, the whole education system around the world is functioning, and it has been showed up that it's quite well. And I don't think that they will lose much if they insert and they incorporate a module like that, which I know that they will. And I think that will be something beneficial for them, and you're extending here a valid point, but I'm very sure the human resource team along with the financial department will do their very best not to lose. How can I impress like the best flight attendant in the world? Her name is Julia. Oh, you're so sweet. I've screenshot this question, but I haven't read it before, and thank you for this amazing words you have used. Well, now, what can I say? I'm flattered. Thank you so much for having that opinion about me. I want to say that, although I don't know you personally, but since you're looking up to yourself as being the best flight attendant, the best cabin crew, you're gonna be one. You only have to aim for perfection. Even in my last flight as a cabin crew, I have shared with my crew an idea, and I told them that, guys, if you want to progress in life, aim for perfection. What I mean by aiming for perfection, I mean by learning. Perfection for me, it's learning. Perfection for me, it's dedication. Perfection for me, it's not perhaps having all the buttons from the first one until the last one tight. In some point it can be perfection, but perfection to me means being good, nice and respectful to each other, being initiative, and ensuring that every night when I go to sleep, I don't go to sleep without at least I have read 10 pages, irrespective which subject is my interest. If today I have been thinking about COVID-19, I'm going to read an article, a book, or whatever I'm going to find about COVID-19 and the current situation that has been happening in the medical field. If I'm, let's say today, interested in the political situation that has been happening in North Macedonia, I'm going to make sure I open a few portals that I trust. I make my research. The key to success is research. Then I'm going to go to bed learning more something about that subject. To me, Perfection is my desire to be more informed and my initiative to research. So therefore, you're not going to be only a cabin crew, perfect cabin crew, perfect flight attendant. Aim for being the perfect person and always raise up your standards every single day, higher and higher. And the last question, if I'm not mistaken, does in 2021 also no recruitment by the airlines? Remember the example I shared with you with the Turkish coffee and the fortune telling in Macedonia that we do, kind of Turkish style? I wish you and me could do that. You can flip the pendulum and I can have a look and tell you what's going to be happening in 2021. But I have a video, and that video is called Aviation Industry in Times of Turbulence, COVID-19 and its political and economical implication. Thumbnail looks like this. Description, link is below this description. And there I'm telling you exactly in spring 2021 what you, me, and all of us can expect. And this is what the experts from Germany, experts from the aviation field have shared with us on the 19th of November when we had our conference. That's all about these questions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. We're going to be having definitely more Q&A questions, and I'm going to be trying to filter the Q&A questions in every video to be connected to a subject that is interesting. Rather than just having questions and answers from all sorts of type, we'll try to classify them. This is one way to make each other better cabin crew, better people, better persons, and more knowledgeable. Bye bye and have a nice day.